right, you entered a plea of no contest on September 19th.
Yes.
According to your plea bargain agreement, the state is silent on your application, and punishment is to be assessed at a cap of 8 years for the PSI report. All right, so this was rescheduled because we were set on November 2nd, but then the court learned that the defendant was a veteran, and I wanted to see if Veterans Court had some input to give to the court as far as what to do with Mr. Soto.
He's not eligible because he wasn't in long enough, but they do have some recommendations for you.
Okay.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning.
So Mr. Soto does have a bond discharge from the Marine Corps. Unfortunately, during his time between basic and AIT, going to supply and logistics, he was pulled out of the military.
Oh, I'm sorry. If you could speak up, and everyone. And
that happened before the military. Once he took care of that case, he did not go back into the Marine Corps. So technically, with the amount of time he served, he's not eligible within the nexus. However, we do feel Mr. Soto does need some help. There's a few issues that there was criminal history, Your Honor, the same reason why you brought us up, that you saw as well. There are some programs through Laurel Ridge. It's called the Resiliency Program. It's inpatient and or outpatient, depending on what the court would like to do. It's here in town. And also, we did confirm this morning, the Temple Dom program, which is the domiciliary program up in Temple, Texas, he also qualifies for too, which could be a 60, 90, 120, or 180 to the mental health substance use area, which he's kind of gradually touched with the VA. But that's what we feel like would be the best option for him.
all right. And then you say the program in Temple, Texas. What is the name of it?
It's the Temple Domiciliary Program, DOMICILARY.
All right. And if I were to decide to place him on deferred adjudication, would they pick him up?
They do not transport, Your Honor, but we do have a suggestion that if he is released out of custody, if you grant him that, we would encourage him to go to Audie Murphy, get into the GLA program, which all he would need to do is walk in there and say, I would like to have some help, and I'm interested to do the Temple Domiciliary Program. With his connections to the VA right now, it would be friends, Your Honor. They don't allow us to transport. We normally use family members, counselors, support systems, and what we've done in the past, we actually just sent someone up there. We GPSed him to make sure they made it all the way up there. We use a peer support specialist to help him get there. Unfortunately, they don't send anyone down, and the jail will not transfer.
All right. And the Resilience Program?
That is here in town at Laurel Ridge, and they are a little bit more accommodating to send somebody to him to pick him up and bring him to the program. It's over off of
Vashon. He's telling me that the Resilience Program, and I'm sure you'll get, if I grant his application.
Laurel Ridge is an inpatient outpatient facility off of 604.
Yeah.
They have the resiliency program.
All right. Vashon. He's telling me that the Resilience Program, and I'm sure you'll get, if I grant his application, you'll give her the information.
Help every step, Your Honor.
And with regards to that program, because I'm not all the way familiar with it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not an expert in that program. So if you can tell me a little bit more about it.
Sure. So Laurel Ridge is an inpatient outpatient facility off the program is specifically guaranteed towards the veterans and active duty members.
Okay.
With Mr. Soto's situation, he would go in, he would be screened with a phone call from us, which was kind of like SATIP or DDRF. If the veteran says, hey, I'm done, they will let probation officers know, or they'll let someone else know on his record, saying like, hey, he's trying to leave, and then they'll let the court kind of handle what happens there. But they do try to keep them as long as they can. The 120-day program, at the end of it, if they feel, the counselors feel like he needs longer, they will call over to whoever's in charge of the case, saying that we would like to extend that time, and they go all the way up to 180 with an aftercare program. So once he releases from the inpatient program, it's either Tuesday or Thursday, they kind of do like a donut talk where they come in and they do like an aftercare relapse prevention program with Laurel Ridge with the population.
And if you can make sure that I have a pamphlet or something.
Make sure he understands that program we're talking about. If the judge gives it to you, it can be 120 to 180 days. There's aftercare. Do you understand?
It may end up being more. Now I will tell you, what you're charged with is an aggravated robbery. But I read the police report and I realized that there's more going on here than just a normal aggravated robbery where someone is trying to take something from someone. And I understand your mental health issues and I understand your military service. And I know it appears that there was some issue about payment for services rendered issues. So I'm going to give you a choice. I think I know what will be best for you based upon your criminal history, because there's a lot of drug issues in your criminal history. And I know there's a lot of mental health issues in your criminal history. So you can have a choice. I could sentence you to 5 years in prison. You go to prison, you'll probably get out in maybe 3. Or I could try to give you the help that you need so that you won't come back to the criminal justice system unless you're just coming in to say hi. But you're going to be in inpatient treatment for this offense, and the full range of punishment for this offense is up to life in prison.
I understand.
So, if there's nothing from either side,
There's nothing, do you want the judge to give you deferred with the condition that you have to go to treatment?
Yes.
You understand the consequences. If you don't complete the treatment, if you leave without permission, you understand what could happen.
I understand.
okay. All right, so this is what the court is going to do. Let me see if I can find. All right, I'm going to leave here.
No.
Where's all of your family?
My daughter is in Massachusetts.
So there, I'm going to order that you be transferred from the Bexar County Jail to the Resilience Inpatient Treatment Program. All right. All right. So make sure you stay in contact.
Yes, ma'am.
Whenever I place people on contact with people, if there is an issue, don't throw up your hands. Pick up the phone, call your probation officer. If you feel like they're not addressing it, then you can always come into court.
Yes, Your Honor.
Your contact person will be your probation officer.
Okay.
And you'll be, even when you're lower, you still have a probation officer. Okay, that's the contact person.
Yes, sir.
All right. Good luck to you.
All right. Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
Happy New Year.
You too.